Hey team, this is Austin. Hope y'all are off to a good family and friends day. Getting a little laggy response. Well, it's all good. Anyway, just want to cover a few things, wrap up our week here that I thought stood out around the UX world. I'm doing a lot of work to try and get the compliance management category maturity scorecard research set up and ready to go. But around me, I thought there were a few things I wanted to point out. So there's a great video covering the state of docs in 2021. What really stood out to me from that was our docs are crucial to the user experience of GitLab. As users go throughout the interface, or even if they're in their own IDE, or if they're in a terminal, whatever they may be doing, docs is pretty crucial for helping guide them through complicated workflows. So this kind of helps just reestablish how great it is that we're going to try and go with a documentation first approach as we take on new issues, new problems to solve. Making sure that documentation is crispy will make that user experience so much better. That way users can easily go through our application if they run into any hurdles in the UI or in their own environments. The next thing I want to call out was I'm looking for some purely front-end opportunities, just knowing there might be some more increase on resource demands, maybe more on the back end. We have a lot of great opportunities ahead of us that we could go back and work on. I would say in the past we haven't prioritized them as much just because they aren't necessarily big problems to solve. They're more just nice to haves if we had the time, and I think we might have the time and space to do that in the coming milestones. So with that, I also wanted to talk about SUS and the fact that a lot of the work that I might be suggesting is probably going to be derived from things that tie back to these 10 questions. So for example, if we're talking about the audit events page and we're going to refine an attribute on the page that maybe is like UI polish, you could say that, but it makes GitLab less complex. That does help contribute to our usability scale. So things that we can do that can contribute to this, like increasing user confidence, making things less cumbersome, making it easier to use, something that users would identify as wanting to use frequently. Those are going to be some opportunities we look for in the coming milestones, especially if they're only looking for demands from front end. Also, I thought this was really cool. There's an update to the segmented control. We currently are using this in audit events, but the visual style is going to change a bit. There's currently a merge request open to update it in GitLab UI. So we'll just need to make sure that everything's working smoothly on our end and make sure we kind of integrate any of the changes or variants that we might need to accommodate it nicely in the audit events page itself. So lastly, workspaces are coming. So there's a group for workspaces. Nick Post will be the designer on that. I'll also be collaborating, I'm sure, closely with Daniel Mora from his work in the past. I'm also going to be keeping an eye on it as well and trying to consult and inform anywhere that I can. I know that we have a lot of features that go across all the levels of GitLab. So as things get lifted, shifted, consolidated, whatever it may be, we're just going to have to probably accommodate some of those things, but just want to throw it out your way so you know that it's coming if you didn't already. Yeah, well, great weekend.